Land Wars intact. What's up? It's me and Elijah, man. We got something to talk about.
We
Elijah, I
biting,
don't know how you been. How you been, man? We ain't been on this bitch in forever.
man. It's been a couple weeks, but hey, we back to it, man. We promised to be more consistent, so that's what we doing. Life be going on, you feel me? It's only four of us. Life be happening, bro. But we right back to it.
Hell yeah, man. I want to ask you a question though.
What's the word?
All right, music been popping. I feel like it's been up and down. Cole gave us Cole.
Yeah,
Drake gave us Drake. But I don't know if you heard it yet. Did you hear the new Future?
I haven't heard it. I'm actually like a real hip hop head, and you know this about me. I really love rap, so like I like to let the hyper brown thing simmer down before I listen to an album because I want to digest everything without outside opinion skewing it. But I heard it's really good, and as somebody who doesn't really listen to Future like that, I can say like when Future is on, he make hits. So I'm interested to see what he came with on this album because I see a lot of the people really vibing with it.
Now, saying that, I listened to the album. All right. And I'm gonna tell you, it's one of the greatest disappointments I have ever heard in my life.
What?
That shit is two packs of ass, bro. Like
Damn.
I listened to Future, and that shit was just garbage. It was just like he was experimenting with different shit, and it was just
Mm.
like I don't know if you ever remember that King's Dead thing where he was like la di da di da. He got a whole
Yeah.
half a song like that, bro, and it's just it
but
ain't
see,
it, bro.
but see, here's the thing though. When that song first dropped, everybody was laughing. But then, about a couple months, 3, 4 months went past. Now everybody was vibing to it. It was on all the TikToks. It was doing crazy numbers. So I mean, sometimes music is like that. It's kind of reminiscent of the '90s in certain ways because in the '90s you realize that music used to take a minute to pop. Like an artist will release a song, and we talking a big artist. A big artist will release a song in June of '96, and it wouldn't really take off till like December of that year, where it really gained traction. So I mean, sometimes music can be funny like that. You know what I'm saying? The songs that you don't like now might grow on you. That's why I like to give myself time to digest albums.
Okay. Okay, so going off that Future shit, because you ain't listened to it yet, but once you listen to it, let me know. We can talk about it.
Once
Now, it's
I
been
yeah, once I listen to it, I'm gonna give you my first thoughts, my first listening thoughts for
I
sure.
got you. I'm gonna re-listen to it, but I'm gonna give it a good 1 out of 10.
Damn, whoo! I gotta hear that.
It's,
I'm gonna have to
it's
hear
only
it.
one song. It's only one song, and that's that too. It's too hard for the radio. That shit was fire. But other than that, that shit was just garbage. I fuck with Future, but not
Is the
that
Too
shit.
Hard for the Radio the same one that was on Drake's album?
No, 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 no. It's a
Okay,
different one.
okay,
He ain't got no features on that on his album.
okay, cool, 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 cool.
But going off Future, you had a long time to digest who I call my GOAT, J. Cole. What's your reaction to the album?
Well, I'm a hip hop head and I'm honest, right? So I always let people know when I have this discussion, I am a J. Cole advocate. I am a J. Cole fan. That being said, I'm not a J. Cole stan. I don't agree with everything he does. So I put that out there. I make that be known. I'm a fan of his artistry, his ability to put words together. And I feel like, regardless of what he said about being the best in the world and how he feels and all of that shit, I get it because of how J. Cole is. For me personally, don't nobody put words together. Don't nobody put stories together like J. Cole. I'm sorry. I just don't see nobody who can do it on the level that he does it. And when you talk about who he's influenced by, you can hear it in his music. You literally hear the Eminem, you hear the Nas, you hear the Jay-Z, you even hear the Lil Wayne. You hear all of his influences in his music, and that's what makes him one of the best, if not the best. I would say he's the best to ever
I
do
think
it.
he's the fucking best. And if you ask me, bruh, if you ask me, if it wasn't for like the shit getting deep, I think he would have stayed in that beef, bruh. Not beef,
I,
but
I
the
think I
listen.
think that's fair to say too. I said the same thing when it first happened. I feel like people tried to clown him like, oh, he backed down from smoke with Kendrick. No, if we keep in score up until Meet the Grams, J. Cole actually had the best diss record. 7 Minute Drill
Mm,
was hard. Like, if he doesn't apologize, 7 Minute Drill is carrying the beef up to that point. Because
yup.
7 Minute Drill was hard. And if we being honest, 7 Minute Drill was really the one that, like, if anything, somebody had to call J. Cole, like, hey man, chill. So let's not. It's easy to look at it as, oh, J. Cole backed out, but you could also look at it as, nigga, he shook some boots up with
He
that
did.
fucking song, bro. He
He
had
did.
some niggas shaking in their boots a little bit.
And what's crazy is he even said like I ain't put my all in that song. You can tell I ain't put my all in that song. If he really nigga, we Cole fans, not
Come on,
stands, but
bro.
fans. If he really wanted to go at him and Drake,
It would have
boy,
got crazy. He could have really got crazy, and that's what I was saying. Like, we gotta stop this idea of like duck and smoke. Nobody's gonna die over these raps. This is not the 90s. This is not the early 2000s. Nobody's gonna die over these raps. Let's be honest here. Like, it's real stuff happening where people are dying over raps. This ain't that. This was cultural. This was necessary. This was a conversation that needed to happen amongst the masses. And that's why J. Cole didn't fit in. It wasn't a conversation for him. It was a conversation for Drake. It was a conversation for Kendrick. They needed to talk to each other. It's been long overdue.
bro, what has been since 2000, since the Control verse, which was what
Literally
2013,
since the control verse. We talking, yeah, 11 years at that point. It was 11 years.
and
It
then
was long overdue.
even with that being said, like. That's like with anybody. That's like me and you. If me and you was fucking fighting, not fight,
Mhm.
yeah, me and you was fighting, and somebody else was one of our mutual friends, like rest in peace. But like, what if Shaq? If me and you was beefing and Shaq was like, "Hey, I'm cool with both of y'all. I'm gonna stay out of this." You can't get
Yeah,
mad at him for doing that, bruh.
right.
Like,
And people were saying, well, why would he jump out the window? That's just like, all right, me and you beefing, right? And then I say something like, and then your punk ass over there hugging with the nigga. And then me, I'm like, this my nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
right, man.
So because I got a little pushback, now I'm beefing with you? No. I still feel like I need to stay out of this because this conversation is way deeper than I have anything to do with. Y'all with each other ain't got shit to do with me. I've been on tour with
Right.
both of y'all since the incident. I'm cool with both of y'all. So why would I get into a personal beef with any one of you niggas? And I think that's what Kendrick, I feel like understand that. Kendrick's side, I feel like Drake fans don't understand it. They feel like J. Cole should have died on that hill and J. Cole should have held Drake down. And I think that's what's pussy. To me, I think that's soft. I think that's soft. That mean like Drake, a lot of things Drake said on his album made me feel like I was scared to stand on my own and everybody abandoned me. How dare y'all abandon me? Like, bro,
Bro, that's
you a
what I
grown
was fucking saying.
You a grown
Like,
man. Ain't nobody abandon you, bro. Rap. He talking to you. Ain't nobody getting beat up. Ain't nobody getting slapped. You was the one out here had your Canadian people getting down on rappers and not letting them come into like you like. Come on, bro.
and what's crazy,
The way Drake moved, bro. After Not Like Us dropped, the way he moved was some of the craziest shit that it made his album not hit as hard to me
mm,
because it was like a lot of the songs was like, damn, if you had said this to Kendrick after the fact,
right?
we might have been talking about something because he said some real damaging shit for real. But it just you couldn't hear it the same because it's like,
The
you
lawsuit, it's the
already
lawsuit for
lost.
me.
Once you do lawsuits, once you publicly crashing out, you try to reinvent yourself 3 different times in that process. You getting booed off stage. You full blown crashing out. That's when I knew, yeah, he lost. He
I
lost.
think that rap battle, I think it did the most damage to him. I mean, and you gotta everybody keeps saying it's 20v1. It's not 20v1, motherfucker. You fucking all these dudes, girls. Of course they gonna clap back.
This is like if I go down a block and I air the whole block out, then the block band together and come get me. I'm like, why y'all jumping me? Nigga, you started all of this. You started all of these beefs. It would be different if some of them you didn't know. All of these people who attacked you, you started. And the problem is you didn't learn from the last nigga that whooped your ass. You thought you was gonna treat Kendrick like Meek Mill and
Thank
money
you.
talk him to death. Instead of you should have been looking at him like Pusha T, coming in there to knock your head off. And that's what he did. Knocked his head off. He let his guard down. He got comfortable. He dropped Family Matters and thought, oh, I won.
Yep. Yep. That's what it was too. It was Family Matters, and I think it was he heard Euphoria. And what did Kendrick say? You taking it far? He said what? He said, you taking it there, I take it further. Like, bro,
Mhm.
it was a lie off. Let's be real. That shit was a lie off. Who could tell? But in hip hop battles, it ain't no fucking rules. In battle rap, it ain't no rules.
If Drake was more culturally aware, which is Kendrick's entire point, if Drake was more culturally aware, then he would have approached that beef a lot differently. If he was more coach, because Drake isn't a dumb artist. Drake knows what to do. He knows how to do certain things. That's how he knew what to do against Meek Mill. That's how he knew what to do against Common. He knew what to do against Mos Def. Those are veterans. He knew what to do. But then you get in there with a dude who really don't give a fuck about nothing else you talking about. That's going to attack exactly what they need to attack, and that is very calculated. You can't come in there thinking, "Oh, I'ma just little boy him." You can't little boy Kendrick. He on your level.
If not further, like let's be
He
real.
might be a
Like
little higher than you. He might be a little higher than you in
pop,
terms of mass appeal. He might
yeah,
be higher than Drake. I don't think he's a bigger pop star than Drake.
no,
I'll
hell
say that.
no.
But I think in terms of mass appeal, way more people like Kendrick than that like Drake. That's why Kendrick got more Grammys.
And I feel like that was a fucking slap in the face too. Kendrick just opened his mouth, handing him a Grammy right now. Come on, bro.
Yeah. And it's true. Like I really feel like Drake had some shit to say about Kendrick. He just waited too late to say it,
Yep,
and too much happened. The lawsuit it just soured everything. If
yep.
he drops Iceman, fuck them two other albums. He drops Iceman that same year, or drops it right after GNX and says, "Fuck it, let's do this then."
Man,
I
it's a
think
whole
I
different,
think it would have
yeah.
been a whole different conversation today.
Oh man, that shit's crazy. And
But that
then
nigga, that nigga Kendrick did it again. He tucked the sensitive rappers back in their pajama clothes. Bedtime.
that was one of the best fucking BT ciphers ever, bro. But going off of that though, that's what I feel like that just speaks to people's like there's perspectives of life. Like they look at like going back to the original thought, they look at J. Cole like, oh, he a sucker, he ducked out of the beef. Like, let's talk about real life shit. Like that's like me, like you said, you going up and you shooting the fucking whole neighborhood up and then coming around and you waiting for the dude that's with you, like, hey, we did this together. No, you did that shit. I ain't do
Who
that
did that?
shit.
For real. That's like
So
that's
it's
like when Smokey told Craig, we smoked it together. He's like, man, I smoked half a little piece of joint with you.
right.
I ain't had nothing to do with that. Like, I ain't smoke all that weed. That was you. For real though. We have to be grown men about situations, and a lot of things Drake was saying on his album lets me know that he has not grown as a man. He's still in the same place that he was in his 20s, which that's really the problem. That's really what Kendrick is talking about. So it's like you constantly falling into the same trap of what Kendrick is talking about. You still acting like a child. This man said on one of them songs, he want a girl to come take his innocence. I could not unhear that line. What do you mean? You are damn near 40. There is nothing innocent about you.
Grown
But
ass
you
man.
want some young lady to come take your innocence, and you damn near 40. What the hell? And people just skipped over that line like it didn't happen. We got Rick Ross putting Molly in champagne, and Drake out here wanting young girls to take his innocence, and everybody looking at me crazy when I say that's a wild line. That's pretty fucking wild to say, right? At 38, 39, whatever Drake is, it's pretty wild. No, it's not. He didn't mean it like that.
The fuck you?
I guess R. Kelly didn't mean it like that either. What are we talking about? Kendrick smoked him. You got to be honest. He smoked him. And he's doing nothing but validating everything Kendrick said since.
And I ain't gonna lie, like I do think a lot of the shit was like conspiracy theory lies that they both told. But if you listen to the part that got Drake, I feel like the part that setting him deep in Meet the Grams wasn't the daughter shit, wasn't even the child or the mom shit. I think the verse where he's talking about Drake to Drake, I
Mm.
think that shit was like level him the fuck out, bro. Gave him fucking scares, boogeyman shit because he
Yeah.
was speaking the truth. Like you lied about everything the fuck that you accomplished. You lied about. Like I just think that I think what Drake needed to do was he needed to after Not Like Us, he should have just like you said waited a little bit, then drop fucking Iceman. Because
He
if
just
you
dropped
listen to
Iceman,
Iceman,
and all of them pretty ass songs shouldn't have been on there. Because
yeah,
Iceman got a little watered down with some of them pretty ass songs. Hey, man, be direct. I'm sick of the subliminals and shit. Be direct. All them songs he said where he mentioned people and didn't even have the decency to say their name. He said you made a career out of switching the team up. Fireline. Don't get me wrong. Fireline. Drake was rapping very well on that album. So that was a fire line. But bro, LeBron is one of the biggest stars in the world. Why you can't say his name?
because then that, but then because that takes his whole argument in the courtroom. You can't use my name for defamation. Like just all he needs to fucking clear that shit out because he's still taking shot at these motherfuckers, bro. Just because you don't say the name, don't know we can't put two and two together.
Come on, bro. And I don't even like. I feel like, bro, your first song, like all of this pretty shit. That's what I don't like when Drake get on that pretty shit. Like at some point, Drake, you got to get on that hard shit, dog. And you in a battle, bro. Don't nobody want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You still doing beats with people singing in the background. Stop it. This ain't Tuscan leather. This is a battle, bro. You should have been, hey, little nigga, fuck you. You know what I mean? Little bitch. He should have been every bitch, pussy, hoe in the book. You ain't get disrespectful enough. That man was all disrespect. He didn't care how far it went. You did. And that lets me know there was something you didn't want to be said. And I think it was that A minor shit. Hello.
They don't want to hear that though. They don't want to hear that.
They want to hear the truth, man. They don't want to hear the truth. Because Drake fans, because they such fans of the man and they love the music, they gonna defend him tooth and nail. But
Mm.
people did the same thing with R. Kelly. P. Diddy fans did the same thing with P. Diddy. And the list goes on. People still defend Dr. Dre, and he was beating people in the 90s. We ain't gonna talk about it, but he was choking women out. That wasn't even his girl.
Mm-hmm.
Choking
Yep.
women out, doing all types of wild stuff to people. And hey, he's one of the greatest producers of all time. He got lifetime achievement awards and shit. Same thing the NBA do with Karl Malone, but that's a whole nother topic. That's all I'm saying. We
People
might as
take
well
that.
move on. Yeah, we might as well move on because
Yeah, you might as well.
it's
You
getting
might.
there. It's
Hey,
getting there.
I'm gonna give you that one. But going off of that, like let's speak about let's speak about you and your football shit. All right, let me ask you this question. What is your opinion? I got you right in. You in 4K, bro. What is your opinion on GoPros and semi football.
Oh my God. uh, um, I think it's widely understood and known that I don't like them.
But
Um,
why? Like, don't you think they would help people take film down and understand like their placement in their hands and their
Not at
coordination?
all. Not at all. First of all, a lot of people can watch a wide scope of film and not know what they're looking at. And I've seen it. You can ask guys who've been playing football for years. When you watch film, what are you watching? And they'll be like, "Oh, I'm just watching the guy I'm lining up against. I'm trying to see." They'll tell you the surface level things about football. I'm gonna see where all the gaps in the defense is. They're not watching alignments. They're not watching formations. They're not counting tendencies. They're not actually reading defenses or offenses to know what they tend to run most of the time. What plays do they tend to run out of certain formations? How often do they tend to run these plays? What receivers do they go to the most? Who are they bailout guys? Y'all not watching really to even understand the game. So then you take that and you condense the screen to now all I see is what's happening right in front of somebody. Most of the guys wearing GoPros suck. Let's be real. They suck. So they're not even getting film of them doing anything technically sound or football elite, anything that's elite in football, anything that could be teach tape, anything that I can show to my kids and say, hey, watch his hands, watch his feet, watch his head movement, watch him peeking into the hole. I can't see any of that because your body isn't on the camera, only what you see. And a lot of guys are just on the field cameramen. You're running around watching other guys make plays. You can't even tell the people who are watching at home what you saw.
Damn.
I
Oof.
guarantee it.
So what's the point then? What do you think is the point?
What I have been told is that it's to increase viewership for content. It's content creation. That is all. That is it. It doesn't boost the game. It doesn't help the game. It doesn't teach anyone anything. It just makes content. That's it.
But the content, I get it because it's kind of like the NFL mic'd up shit, but at the same time, it's like they're not doing from what I've seen in the little videos and shit, they're not doing anything. It's just like they just getting blocked. That's it. They just getting blocked.
Yeah,
I can see
exactly.
if it was Miles Garrett getting to the fucking quarterback. This motherfucker getting blocked all the way to the fucking the sidelines.
Yeah, but even if it's Miles Garrett, all you're going to see is his vision of him running and turning the corner, seeing the quarterback. You're not going to see what move he did. You're not going to see how he did the move. You're not going to know. You know what I mean? The wide scope shows you everything. Eye in the sky doesn't lie. Eye on the field don't keep it real.
So if they want content, why don't they do this? They get somebody that's sitting on the sideline and they get a fucking what is those things? A drone or something to capture the whole fucking field or
That'd be dope.
record the shit. Like, why are
That's a
you
great idea.
like that just I
That's a great
never got
idea.
to
I feel like, and here's a fun fact. I'll tell you this: when it comes to semi-pro, because I have experience in that. Guys will spend this money on these GoPros. When y'all could put y'all money together, why is it 3 or 4 GoPros on a team? Where you could literally put your money together and get a film crew for the game and actually get good footage because semi-pro is known for not having good footage. You could have sideline footage and good skybox footage. Shout out to the Cleveland Broncos. They're a team that gets sideline footage. They always have pictures at games, guys taking pictures. They actually spend money on a recording team. So they have their game streamed so you can see the skybox view, but then they also have sideline view. They also have, sideline picture takers, guys who take pictures on the field, guys who record film on the field. They have those types of things. The Rams players don't need GoPros. They
Hey,
don't need
that's
them.
fucking smart.
Well, the Broncos, excuse me. They merged with the Broncos and the Rams, so I get confused.
I
But
got you.
that's neither here nor there.
So, so speaking of that, like merging and all this shit, how many teams is in like a division? I never.
That's where it gets tricky. One of my things that I've always said about semi-pros, I feel like it should be some type of sanction into it, some type of governing bodies, because it's too chaotic. And now, you see people talking about the landscape of semi-pro right now. It is seen as a joke. They don't call it semi-professional football anymore. It's 37U, and it's not in a good way. It's demeaning to the game. It's demeaning to the work I've put in. People don't see the nights where I'm actually watching film till 3, 4 in the morning. The nights where I'm hitting the gym, working on my kick step, working on my punching, working on individual hands. The times that I'm watching videos, perfecting my craft. And it's got me to a point where I can literally and legitimately say I am the best tackle in semi-pro right now. Um, and I can say that, but when I say it, nobody can argue the shit. You see what I'm saying? So I take it personal when people say 37U, because it's like that's not how I came into this. I came into this fresh out of college, looking for an opportunity to continue my career, looking for an opportunity to hopefully go pro, overseas, find another lane where I can make money and live my dream. And I had to earn my stripes doing this. And then you get these dudes coming into it, not paying no dues, not earning nothing. They want to voice, they want to talk, they want to wear GoPros, they want to have personality. And you haven't even paid your dues on the field. You haven't paid your
It's
dues.
it's shit. Let's be real. Some of these motherfuckers do that shit so they can get all flashy with the fucking NCAA fucking
And
long
they
ass
can't.
sleeves and shit. Like, bro, they're trying to look pretty and cute and shit like
Because
that.
the
Like, bro.
reality is, a lot of these guys never aspired for big time football.
Mm.
Ergo, a lot of these guys never played big time football. I played college ball. I played a little bit of pro ball, and I'm still looking to play pro ball. I have those opportunities available to me because of the work I put in, because of the years and years of dedication, going to practices. These dudes don't practice. They talk like they the best and don't even practice. You can't even get to practice for 2 hours, 3 hours. You can't even get to practice. You can't talk to me about being the best. I've been the only lineman at practice a lot of times. In 11 years, I can't even count to you how many times I showed up and weren't no other lineman there, and I kept showing up. That's why I'm the best. So guys talk like they're at my level, and then they line up in front of me, and I show them why they're not every single time. And a lot of times, when guys line up in front of me with GoPros, I make it a personal mission to make sure the only thing they catch on camera is me beating that ass.
Gosh, there you go. Okay, let's go. I like,
That's it.
man.
And I stand on that, and I have stood on it ever since. You line up in front of me with a GoPro, the last thing you will do is go pro. I promise you that.
That was a bar. Hey, that
I
was a
promise you
bar.
that. And I'm gonna sip on that.
Okay, okay. Shit, that's gonna be the last thing of that, bro. I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna edit that shit out because that was a banger. So
That was
I'm
a good
a
segment. I fuck with that.
hell yeah, man. But I'm gonna end it and then I'm gonna call you right back when it's done downloading.
All right, and then we'll get into the sports shit and all that.
Yeah, man, that was fun though. We should do that every trip.
Yeah, we could definitely do that because then I could bring out this jersey. I wanted to wear it, but I'll wait till I'm gonna throw this
Okay,
on. Yeah, you feel me?
okay. Hell yeah, okay.
I'm saving that for the pod. I'm saving that for the
All
perfect
right.
episode.
I got you. I got you. I got you.